Hello my dear students and parents. So today we are going to learn a new chapter titled Snake Trouble. The story is an extraction from this story Snake Trouble, which is written by Ruskin Bond. It's just a small portion of that big story. Okay. So the story is written by Ruskin Bond. He is an Indian poet. So we'll see to the information of the author. So here you can see the picture of Ruskin Bond. He is Ruskin Bond. He was born in India in the year 1934. He is known as the Indian writer. He has been awarded. His main award is Sahitya Academy Award, which he was awarded in the year 1992. The second award is the Padma Bhushan Award, and he got that award in the year 2014. Now he lives in Mussoorie. Mussoorie is in North India. He lives with his family there. So that's about the author's information. If I am telling about the story that we are going to learn today, as the title says, Snake Trouble, and you will be very excited to know what the story is about. I know you all are excited. So I'll just say the gist of the story. The story is narrated by a boy, a small boy, and he's telling about his pet. And if you are thinking that a snake is a pet, yes, it is. It's his pet python, and the story is explaining what is the trouble caused by the snake. Okay, so shall we start? So now please turn to page number 124, and if you want to read the information, author's information, that is in page number 129 in your English literature textbook. Okay, so now if you have turned the page to 124, we shall start, and please follow when I am reading. Okay. Snake Trouble. My grandparents and I were going to Lucknow, a large city about 300 miles from Dehradun, to visit Aunt Ruby. We had to travel by train, and so, of course, we couldn't take any pythons, monkeys or other unusual pets with us. So, the first paragraph is telling about the traveling, where they are going. So, the boy is telling that he had to go to Lucknow to meet his Aunt Ruby, and they are going by train, and therefore they are not allowed to take any pets with them, and they have a bit of unusual pets, and that is pythons, monkeys and other things. Okay, so since they are traveling by train, they cannot take any pets with them. Okay, where are they going? They are going to Lucknow. They are going to Lucknow to meet their Aunt Ruby. What about Popeye? I asked. Popeye isn't a pet, said grandmother. He's one of us. And so the Dehradun railway platform was thrown into confusion by the shrieks and whistles of our parrot. So, as we all know that the railway administrators will not allow to take any pet with the travelers, the passengers. So, the boy is asking, why? What about Popeye? Popeye is their pet parrot, and grandmother is saying, he's not a pet, he's one of us, that is, he's a family member, so we can take with us. And the whole platform was the whole platform was disturbed by the sound of their parrot. Here, shrieks means sharp and high pitched voice. If you have heard the chirping sound of the parrot, you will understand how the parrot sound is. Okay, so the whole platform was disturbed with this parrot sound. So the boy is asking, how can we take him with us since it is not allowed? Okay, so grandmother is saying, we can, he is one among us, so he is like a family for us, so we can take him with us. Can't you gag that parrot? Asked grandfather as the train moved out of the station and picked up speed. Gagged, so since the parrot is making sound, grandfather is asking, can't you put some cloth? Gag means to fill the mouth with the cloth so that they are not able to speak or shout. Understood? So grandfather is very angry because of the parrot making the sound. I will do nothing of the sort, said grandmother. I have bought a ticket for him and he has the right to enjoy the journey as much as anyone. So grandma is very angry at grandfather, and she is saying, I will not do any such things because I have bought a ticket for him, that is a ticket for the parrot. Shortly afterwards, grandmother covered herself with a blanket and stretched herself out on the berth. It's been a tiring day. I think I will go to sleep. If you are hungry, you can help yourselves to parathas, omelets and chicken curry from the hamper under the berth. So, telling grandmother went to bed. That means the berth. The berth is the place where you sleep in the train when you have a long journey. Okay, when you go for a long journey, you have the berth to sleep. So grandmother is saying it was a very tiring day and I'm going to sleep. So she is very tired and she is going to sleep. And she is also informing them, if you are very hungry, you can help yourself with the paratha. Since they are North Indian, they have parathas and omelets and chicken curry for the dinner, I guess. So it's in the hamper. Hamper means it's a small basket which is having a covering and all. It's a handle. It has handle, covering and all. It's used to carry things. Okay. Yes. I tugged at the hamper and dragged it to the middle of the compartment. As soon as I untied the straps, the lid flew open and I let out a gasp of surprise. In the hamper was a python, curled up contentedly. There was no sign of our dinner. So what happened? So the author is very excited. What happened? He was trying to get his dinner which was in the hamper, but he pulled the hamper and when he opened, he was so surprised. Why was he surprised? He was surprised because there was no dinner in their hamper. What was left in the hamper? It was their python. Okay, the pet python, the snake was there. It's the python, I said, and it's finished all our dinner. Nonsense, said grandfather. Pythons don't eat omelets and parathas. They like their food alive. Why, this is an old hamper which was stored in the box room. The one with our food in it must have been left behind. So what happened? The hamper got switched, the old one. They took the old one and it was kept in the box room. Box room means the store room where we keep all the things that we do not want at the present time. Okay. So we store things which we don't need at daily for the daily life. So the dinner with the hamper with the dinner was left behind and they both switched it and they took the old basket and which was, what was having in it? The python was in the old hamper, so it got switched at home. Okay, and the grandfather is telling, so the boy got confused. He ate the food. He ate all the food that was cooked for us, and there is no food left for us. And grandfather is telling, what nonsense are you saying? Snakes doesn't eat. They like food which is alive. They like to attack and eat. Okay, they like their own prey to eat. So he is telling that. Grandfather snapped the hamper shut and pushed it back beneath the berth. So what did grandfather do? Grandfather closed the lid and kept it back under the berth. Don't let grandmother see him, he said. She might think we brought him along on purpose. So grandfather is telling to the boy that do not tell your grandmother because grandmother will think that we brought it on purpose and she will be very angry with us. A little after midnight, there was a great clamour at the end of the corridor. Grandfather and I got up to see what was wrong. Suddenly, there were cries of snake, snake. I looked under the berth. The hamper was open. So, they did not eat their dinner and they left to sleep. And after that, what happened? They heard a clamour. Clamour means very noisy. Okay. People making noise. Understood? Yes. So they heard the clamour. So he heard the clamour and he checked the basket. And did he find the python in the basket? No, the lid was open and they did not find the python in the basket. Okay. So with that we shall finish today's class. I know you all will be excited what is it about, and he also heard, and I want you to read the chapter and see, listen to the story by yourself, and you can understand the story more if you read it by yourself. Thank you, class.